got Dave Osborne and Jackie coming into the studio right now to talk about Community Warden and Community Connectors. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Maz. Hope you're well.
Oh yes, well and very, very hot in here. So.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Anyway, Dave, you came in to talk about Community Warden and Community Connectors. Would you like to talk about the Community Connectors?
Yes. So, well, the Community Connectors is quite a new project. It's been going about a year. It's based in 4 areas of Kent, and one of them is Sheerness and Minster. Mm-hmm. And the idea behind it is to combat loneliness and isolation in people 65 and over. So it's generally a 12-week programme. A lot of it's all health coaching and trying to see how we can improve basically their own health and their own mental well-being, and get them reconnecting with the community. I mean, it's all about positive well-being, and it's again reconnecting with the community.
Mm-hmm. So you say it's around the island, the whole.
It's just for this project. It's just in Sheerness and Minster.
Oh, Sheerness and Minster. So, say if there's somebody from Queenborough, what would they do? I mean, could they not? I
think with that, you can actually do it in our other role as community warden, which I'll explain.
Yeah.
I'll explain later on. But it's EU funded.
Mm-hmm.
There's numerous partners. There's some French partners. You got I think Medway Council and Suffolk Council as well. But they're looking at areas. I mean, other areas in Kent we have. 2 in Ramsgate, 2 in Shepway, which is Maidstone, and 2 in Thanet. Because it's just a pilot project, so looking how this can be developed.
So, taking a typical work programme, I mean, what is it involving? I mean, what do you actually do? I mean,
well, what it is, we get a referral. Either a member of the public can refer themselves, or a friend can refer them, or another agency could refer them. It could be, say, Sheffield Matters could refer them to us, which they have done in the past for community warden stuff. And then we'll make contact. There's some questions we need to ask to find out whereabouts they are in their journey as such. And then we'll start discussing how. And the bottom line is what they want. Is sort of based on sort of the Esther philosophy is. What the resident, the individual wants, not us saying we think you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Is actually what they want, and then we'll talk about it and we'll come up with some ideas, find out what their interests are, and maybe what's hindering them.
Yeah.
To say, for instance, go walking. It could be a health issue. Then we'll maybe contact with their permission, contact the doctor's surgery and see how we can improve things in that way. So hopefully by the end of the 12-week programme, sometimes it could be a little bit longer, is they're going out enjoying their life. A lot of it is about sort of social prescribing. So it's actually taking a lot of pressure off the doctor's surgeries, because if people are happier and doing stuff, they're actually not going to their mental well-being is far better as well, and the physical well-being is improved as well.
So you sound like you're kind of like a therapy kind of person, like.
It's not necessarily say therapy. It's so a lot of it is sort of health coaching. It's seeing what they want to do and how we can actually help them to achieve it.
Yeah.
We're not saying you can run a marathon in 12 weeks or whatever. It's to see how we can improve their lives. I mean, a lot of people, certainly with COVID, the pandemic, haven't seen anybody. They had support mechanisms around them, but they've disappeared because a lot of people were shielding, especially at the beginning. And the only company they've got is maybe the television or the radio. Yeah,
because it's been a really hard year for a lot of people, hasn't it? And this is where you probably sort of are needed more than ever before.
I think it certainly has. I mean, certainly as our role as community warden, which I'll go into in a bit. But it's a lot of people out there who don't realise that they're behind closed doors and they're just sitting there. Yeah, they might go out for their shopping, but that's the one journey of the week.
Do you find that most of these people are elderly people?
Well, the people we deal with on this project, they have to be 65 and over.
Yes,
So-
that's right. You did mention this.
So-
But the thing is, some people are over 65 and they look a lot younger, so
Yeah.
it's kind of really deceiving.
It is, and there's lots of people in that age bracket who are active, but unfortunately, a lot because of COVID, a lot of the clubs and organisations they went to have stopped.
Yeah.
So that was, a lot of the time that was their weekly or bi-weekly trip somewhere,
Yes.
and also that's disappeared.
Yes, it's like various organisations like Age UK, that stopped for an awful long time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I know a few elderly ladies that have found it a struggle because all these little places like the Healthy Living Centre where they could meet and have a cup
Yeah.
of tea and all this thing, it's all completely
Well, that's right.
vanished.
They used to have coffee morning
Yeah.
in the Healthy Living Centre with Sheppey Masters. Exercise classes, sort of all the different
Yeah.
groups going on. The Sheppey Blind Club, the Stroke Club. They've all stopped.
Yeah, which is a real sad
and
shame.
that was a massive support mechanism, massive area of support for them. And some of them have still got that support. They've got family around them, but some people haven't.
Yeah, do you find though, Dave, that since this last year it's been really hard on people, do you find that some people are finding it difficult to actually get back into it? Sort of after being isolated for such a long time.
I think. I mean, we've obviously talked to quite a few people, and some are scared going out, even with the vaccine, and the rate is, is going down slowly, well, up and down.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as it was a few months ago. And they are scared to go out again.
Yeah, well, I must admit I have been frightened to go anywhere, and sort of I'm a bit younger, so it affects everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it has, but that's why hopefully with this project we can support the residents in Sheerness and Minster.
So now, Dave, this was about the community connectors. So is that different to the community wardens kind of thing?
It is because it's slightly different because of with the community connectors we just work with people 65 and overs. As community wardens, we will work from people from could be school children all the way up to the past the 65 age group as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes they have different needs. I mean, in a couple of weeks' time, we're helping out Seashells Children's Centre with their Beep Beep week, which is road safety.
Oh.
So they got loads of children going for different schools and nurseries, and we're helping out with that. So trying to teach the children basic road safety.
That's good.
Yeah, in the year we've helped out Age UK. I mean, Jackie has up at the east end of the island. I've helped out here helping them deliver hot meals to people, and we haven't done that as a community connector. We've done that as community wardens.
Yeah.
So with as community wardens, we get referrals, do a lot of welfare checks on people for social services, safeguarding teams from Royal Council and Kent County Council. We do. In the past, we've done a lot of visits for trading standards with people who've been victims of scams.
Yeah.
Just find out what's happening, how are they,
Yeah.
and we just supporting, doing our best to support the community.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's no day's the same.
No, I don't think it would be.
And it's good. I mean, so we work with the schools, social services, training standards. I'm trying to think now. We work with the police.
Oh, do you?
We're all part of the community safety unit, which is based in Swell House in Sittingbourne. So we do bits and pieces. It is for the benefit of the community.
That's good, Dave. And you've been telling us a lot about this. Have you got any information where people can get in touch with you, like a phone number or Facebook page, or if you can leave us some information and we can read it out on our community events guide?
Yeah, we haven't got a Facebook page, but if you want to get in contact with the community wardens, if you just go on to Kent County Council website and type in community wardens, our names will pop up and it will give our phone number and email address for us to contact and the area we cover. As a community connector, there's basically an email address which is I'll leave with Mass to read out 'cause it's so it's and also a website. So if you do feel like you want to refer someone for the community connector role, you can do so on that phone number and web address. But also as a community warden, you can just ring us up. Get the number and ring us up.
Oh, lovely. So that's fantastic, because a lot of people listening to Sheppey FM, and somebody may know of an older person that might need some help.
Yeah.
And they might be listening now and think, oh, that sounds like a good idea. We also take a picture of you for the Sheppey FM page and put some information and share it, because that's what we do here.
Yes.
So if that, so it's... nice of you to come and actually meet you. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, there's actually three of us as community work on the island as community wardens. I'm in Sheerness, Jackie's in Minster, and Debbie Foreman, she covers Laysdown, Eastchurch and Warden Bay as well.
Okay.
So the whole of the island is covered.
Oh, that's
between
good.
us. It's just the community connector is more specific to Sheerness and Minster because it's a pilot project, that's all. Yeah, so
it's very good information, and it's great that we have all this help on the island. You know, it's really nice to meet you as well, Dave.
I mean, all of us thoroughly enjoy the job, and it's nice to actually help people. I mean, again, I'm just going back to what I've said. It could be all sorts, but I mean, one thing is, I know Jackie wants a quick word about the project you do in Nominate a Neighbour.
Yeah, we've got a project called Nominate a Neighbour that is basically for anybody to nominate somebody who has been a hero to them within the community within the pandemic. But in addition to that, it's also if anyone's had a really tough time and could just do with a bit of a pick-me-up. We're working with Morrison's in cahoots with Morrison's. They're actually providing an afternoon tea for two for the recipients of the award, and it's a rolling nomination basis. So if somebody's name's put forward, even if they're not successful that month, they may find that later on they'll get the award.
Okay, so it's like something that's going to come up each month, and everybody kind of gets a chance to, get it.
Absolutely, we've awarded the awards for the last few months.
Yeah.
There's posters around and about, and there's also another award we're involved in called Little Sunshines, which is for the children on the island that could do with a bit of a thank you as well.
Oh, that's great. So all this information, because when I finished chatting with you, I've forgotten all about it. So if there's some information on this, it would be lovely if we could have some and share it, because we do community events guide of this. And
lots of the community events and the community warden activities are advertised on the Kent Public Protection website on Facebook as well. Okay. So you can read about us there as well.
Yeah, so Jackie and Dave, it's fantastic to meet you. Is there any last-minute things you'd like to say?
Just, I think a couple of people. Yeah, I've actually forgotten to mention who we do work with. And one of them is actually Sheppey Matters.
Oh, Sheppey Matters. Yeah.
And we do a lot of work with them, and they've been very, very helpful in our role with their Garden Gate and the I'll Connect project. And they are just, I'd like to say, they've been very helpful. And also AGK and the Salvation Army.
Oh, fantastic.
We've delivered meals for the Salvation Army in the half terms, and they've been very supportive of us. That's all.
It sounds like you're very involved with different organisations, and Sheppey Matters we're part of Sheppey Matters as well. So,
but it's good that certainly with the pandemic, the whole community pulled together.
Yeah,
and it's a great community on the island. I'm not from the island, but I've said before, but I thoroughly enjoy working on the island. To me, it's a pleasure to work on the island.
Oh, that's good to know, and it gives a lot of people positive vibes, especially listening on the radio. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be reading out the weather very shortly, so thank you very much for coming in. And if you see the lady at the reception, and we'll kindly get a photo of you so everyone can have a look at all the great work that you do here on the island. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Maz. Thank you for inviting us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You too. Bye-bye. Coming up next, we have the community